A few years ago, BB creams were kind of a thing that only if you're a really true beauty lover you knew what a BB cream was, and I think now BB creams have really kind of hit the mainstream. And I did do a video about these a while ago and I mentioned a couple of products, but I wanted to talk to you about the kind of more recent launches, slightly different types of BB creams and CC creams and that kind of thing, ones I like for different skin types and that kind of thing, and just ones that I enjoy using. And I won't go into a whole kind of, you know, explanation as to what is a BB cream, because I think by this point, if you're watching this video, pretty much everybody knows that, but it's essentially just a glorified tinted moisturiser. But I do find that they tend to have slightly more coverage, and that is something that I always like because my skin's far from perfect and I can't get away with just wearing something that's really light coverage. So I'll start with the one that I'm wearing today. I've kind of got little mini reviews of most of the ones in here for you, but today I'm wearing the Revlon Photo Ready BB cream. I've got this in the shade medium. And this is really nice. It applies nice, it's nice and yellow toned, which I always like, and it just kind of sits on the skin quite nicely and looks quite natural looking. The one thing that I would say about this is that it has got sunscreen, so it's got an SPF of 30, which is really good, really nice and lightweight for the summer, but they don't tend to stay on my skin that well, BB creams in general, especially if you've got oily skin, which I have, and it's been very oily now, but it's got warm. My skin tends to kind of break up the product, so it'll kind of start breaking up in the kind of middle of my face and that kind of thing. You do need to touch up and powder, but it's a really nice drugstore option if you are looking for one, just easy to use. The shades, I think they only do 3, so it's kind of light, medium and dark. Dark one's quite orangey, and the pale one might not be pale enough if you are really pale, because that is something that I think a lot of people can struggle with BB creams. They tend to be either really pale or quite orange toned. This is kind of nice and in between, and it's just got quite kind of light medium coverage for a BB cream. Then I'm going to talk to you about a couple of slightly higher end options as well. This one is really good for oily skin, and it's the Estee Lauder Clear Difference BB Cream SPF 35. Again, I've got this in the shade 02 Medium. This is quite a dark shade. This is the type of shade that I can only get away with wearing when I have got a proper tan. I'll show you here. It's kind of quite an orangey sort of shade, but this is really nice. This actually stays on quite well. It doesn't break up on my skin too badly, and it's nice to take on holiday with you if you just want a little bit of something to just even out your complexion. I always still need concealer with these types of products though, so it's not kind of something that's gonna just even everything out perfectly, but if you don't have kind of pigmentation and marks on your skin, you should be okay with something like this. And it's great for kind of oily, acne prone skin as well, because it helps to treat it as well. It's got quite a lot of salicylic acid in that one. And then the Clarins one, this is actually a really nice one, and it's the Clarins Skin Perfecting BB Cream SPF 35. I've got this in the shade light, so it's a little bit light for me at the moment, but this is a nice one again if you've got oily skin, because it's quite tacky is the wrong word, but it's kind of got a little bit of a grip to it when you're rubbing it in. It's not very sheer. You can build it up. It looks nice when you build it up, and I do find with a lot of these products, if you apply them with your hands, you get the sheerest coverage. If you use a brush, you can kind of build it up and make it look a little bit more not like foundation, but still just a little bit more built up coverage, which I quite like, and I obviously need with my skin as well. So this one is a little bit expensive, but if you want something that's kind of a nice everyday dependable type of product that doesn't break down too badly, this is quite good. And then for CC creams as well, this is a product that I really like, and it's the Lancome Miracle City CC cream. This is in the shade 01, but these are really orange. They're definitely ones you can only really wear with a tan. This has got really nice coverage, and it's really illuminating and pretty. Definitely one that I can wear kind of just with some concealer and be good to go, and I won't feel self-conscious about my skin. In fact, it makes me feel like my skin looks really nice. It's a nice one as well if you're kind of by the pool or something and you just need something to even out your complexion a little bit, but you don't want to kind of put proper makeup on. This is really nice, and it's got an SPF of 50, so it really protects against the sun, and I really like that one. That's a really great option. It smells really good as well from what I remember. Yeah, I haven't used this one for a while, but I took it on holiday with me and I loved it. And then for another kind of slightly higher end one, I'm sorry these are high end, I have got a couple of another drugstore one I'm going to talk to you about in a minute. This is a recent launch, and this has been talked about quite a lot, and it's the Clinique Anti-Blemish Solution BB Cream SPF 40. I've got it in the shade medium. It looks like this. It's one of those that you shake up, and it's quite liquidy. The texture of it is very similar to MAC Face and Body if you've used that. Very similar. And My only problem with this is it is very, very dark. I mean, if you see that there, it's very orange, and as you can see, it's very liquidy. Once you start rubbing it in, it does kind of give a nice coverage on the skin. It kind of evens everything out, and the finish of it once it's applied is really nice. It's quite glowy, but it doesn't stay on my skin very well, which is unfortunate considering it's supposed to be kind of for blemishes and that kind of thing, because you'd think that that would be more of a matte formula. You can see it kind of doesn't stay tacky on the skin or anything, but it just, my skin kind of eats away at it here around kind of lunchtime. So that's a bit annoying, but it's a very, very nice one, and definitely one to try if you like something that's more foundation like. You want to use a BB cream, but you want something that's actually a bit more like foundation. This is a good one. And then last but not least, for a good drugstore option as well, this is really inexpensive, and it's the Rimmel BB Matte SPF 15, and I've got this in medium, which again isn't super light. That's the thing with BB creams, they're either really light or really orange. I don't get why they're kind of, you know, I know CC creams are for correcting, but these are kind of just a bit weirdly shaded, I think. But really nice, matte, not great coverage though. You do definitely need to kind of put a bit of concealer on, quite a bit of concealer on, I would say, and it's not one that I think I would put on my skin to just go out during the day if I wanted my skin to look really nice, or like to wear for work or anything. Not that I'd ever wear these if I had a particularly long day, because they don't tend to last that well on my skin, but really nice if you want something just light and you've got quite nice skin. If you want something that's not overly dewy, this is a really good option. So that's my little mini overview of my favourite high-end and drugstore BB creams. I've tried a lot of them, to be honest, and I'm not really a fan, but these are the ones that have stuck out to me and that I think are really worth trying, because there's so many out there. The Garnier one, I know a lot of people really like that. I really didn't get on with that one, and just a lot of ones that everyone thinks are really great that I just didn't really get on with. So these are the ones that I recommend. Obviously they kind of suit my skin tone, but as I said, none of them last particularly well either, so that's something that you could kind of bear in mind as well. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what your favourite BB creams are. I'd be really, really interested to know if there's any that you think I need to try, and I'll see you next time. Bye.